Hey, happy Friday. Welcome back to another In the Kitchen with Stephanie. I'm your host, Stephanie Rell. I'm a weight loss coach for moms. And each day, Monday through Friday, I come on live here sharing you what I'm making for dinner, for meal prepping, for snacks, for ideas of on the go with kids, and so on and so forth. So today, I'm actually just cutting up some chicken because yesterday we did have tacos and I guess I didn't make enough meat for 2 days in a row. Usually I like to make enough food that will last for 2 days of the same meal, and that went. So making some chicken for our tacos or fajitas, whatever we want to call them, but really, in essence, meat with a wrap and some fixings. Um, and so this is going to be for me and the kids right now. And I think I'm gonna make it without. Usually, I'll throw in some onions or peppers with this at this, in the same skillet. But I'm not gonna do it this time because I don't want my kids to be like, "Ew." They tend to be picky with those things. And yesterday they were being a little bit picky about it. So I'm just gonna cook the meat and then I'll do my veggies separate. Say hello to Nicole. Thanks for joining. I just noticed I have blue on my finger. I don't know what that's from. Um, there's always little surprises. Life's little surprises, huh? All right, so I'm just chopping this up into strips. These are chicken thighs that I have. It was like the first thing that I saw in the freezer. So I was like, whatever, anything that looks or resembles chicken, I'm grabbing it. So it ended up being thighs. And that's what gonna ready. I have the skillet warm today. Yesterday I forgot to turn it on, and this time I did not forget. So just turning the camera so you can see my stovetop here. And yeah, so it's ready to receive the meat because I didn't forget this time to turn it on, preheat that skillet and get it going. Just gonna spray it a little with my handy dandy oil spray. Okay. And let's throw the first thigh in. Like to separate it, make sure that they're not still connected. Okay. Share what you're having for dinner tonight in the comments. I always like to hear from y'all what you're having. It is early in general. I usually come on live around 5 o'clock-ish, but kids were already complaining. We kind of had an off day as far as we left early this morning. I had a doctor's appointment. I brought our breakfasts with us, and now it's time for them to eat again. So that's why I came on at this time. And usually Fridays are always kind of off because my husband comes home early from work. And so our schedule's a little different when he's home. So sometimes we tend to eat our dinners early because he comes home a little after lunch, and he doesn't eat his lunch till he's here. So yeah, that's what makes the schedule just get thrown off. KFC bowl. You're making a KFC bowl or you bought a KFC bowl? I'm assuming you're making a KFC bowl. Also, not to forget, I'm trying to remember as I'm talking to keep up with my steps, but January is our step challenge, and I'm trying to get my 10,000 in, which I've been faithful. Ooh, I'm so happy. I've been faithfully getting that. Can't say that I beat other people like Nicole, but I'm at least getting that each day. And today my watch just died. How rude. It literally just died because I just looked at it before I came on to see where I was at. and I was at 8,000. So I'm like, yay, I'm almost there. And now it just died. So now I feel like my steps are in vain because they're not being counted. Oh boy. Well, I guess I don't have to be so strict on the live, but if you are trying to meet that goal this month as well, I encourage you as you're listening to this live to get your steps in. And hopefully your watch is not dead like mine. Mine just died. Literally. I'm doing this challenge with my girls that I have over on Faithfully Nourished, and everyone seems to be doing a really good job, so super excited about that. You're not going to Attleboro. Oh, okay. I get it. Your step bet amount. What is your step bet amount? So you're not doing these crazy numbers like you used to do? I see. Well, for me, I created the 10,000 goal, not because it's the amount that everyone should be doing necessarily. Everybody can have different set goals. As far as that goes, I don't know. It's a good number to aim for me. But I used to do this, and I'm probably going to implement it again this year, is on the weekdays do 10,000, because I do my normal workouts Monday through Friday, but then on Saturday and Sunday, I don't do any workouts. So I up my number of steps on the weekends. So that's what I'm probably doing this time around as well. Are you having a second apple? Sheesh. These kids eat apples and strawberries in this house like nothing. They just go. Before you know it, they're done. No. You don't know how to turn that on, baby? Yeah. Hold on a sec. Oh. All right. I did 2 thighs, and I still have like 2 more thighs here. Might as well cook it all, right? Might as well. I have it out. My hands are dirty. Let's just cook it all. So anyways, today's topic, I wanted to talk about snacking. The reason I'm thinking about that is because I've been having conversations with some people who say they struggle with snacking. And the thing is, when I hear that, I normally hear I have trouble or I struggle with mindless eating. Usually that's what it all comes down to when you are struggling with snacking, because we can have snacks are cool. It's great to have a dessert or something to munch on here and there, especially when like you're hungry and you're trying to have something to hold you over between meals. So to have a snack is not a big deal, but when it becomes something you can't control, something that becomes like an obsession or a coping mechanism, something that you just mindlessly do all the time, every day, that's when it becomes a problem and can definitely derail your weight loss progress. And so one of the things that I like to kind of coach people through is having them discover what it is exactly that is causing them to go that route. Is it just stressful days and you have all this type of like goodies or junk food around you that you don't know how to resist? Is it just only the times when you're out and about, where there's parties at work or just food constantly around you? Like, what is the source of that? Or is it just something that you are emotionally dealing with, that you haven't dealt with, that you haven't healed from? There could be quite a few reasons that we will turn to that, like that mindless eating. And I think that is super important to address head on, so that when such situations arise again, we can make the better decision. We can strive for not only eating healthy, but to
just let me know if this is done.
Not just basically derail what we're trying to be successful in, right?
This is a reminder.
And so if that's
Drink
a
water.
bad habit
Just
of
let
yours
me
that you
know
know
if
that
this is
you
done.
struggle with, that you want to work toward, then that's something to really focus on. I like to encourage people to focus on one specific habit that has been troubling them at a time. Because when we try to do too many things at once, that can really also stop us from doing it. So I really encourage like small steps that lead to bigger steps instead of trying to do the big steps and thinking that you're superhuman and that you can just accomplish it without having any kind of hiccups, because hiccups do happen. And and if you're mindlessly eating and snacking to the point of, if you can honestly snack to the point of feeling bloated, snacking to the point of feeling like you want to throw up, just eating to the point where you feel uncomfortable, you feel sick, like that's when you know that it's more than a problem. It's something mentally that you have to work through. All right, I just cooked all my chicken. So if snacking is a problem for you today, I want to challenge you to reach out, because I would love to have conversation with you in regards to that, because it starts with the conversation and it leads to that awareness of what it is that is exactly driving me to react this way, to behave this way, to feel this way, so that we can, once we get to the root, we can really like readjust and start having healthy behaviors around food and enjoy snacks without the guilt, right? That's like the best thing, to be able to enjoy your food without the guilt and shame and feeling like you're a loser, feeling like you're not going to lose weight, feeling like you're just going to always feel fat or whatever you're thinking, right? That's super important. And so I just want to encourage you that we've all been there. I've been there. And so many women that I've worked with have been there, and they have all been able to kind of reroute the way they think, their point of view, and see what the root cause is in order to be successful to where they want to be, to where they're going. See, Logan ate half a pound of carrots today alone. Wow, that's really good. That's awesome. He likes carrots. I'm just washing my hands. That's why I'm off screen at the moment, because my hands are full of chicken juices. I don't want to be touching things with my dirty hands. But that's really good that he likes carrots. Carrots are yum. Can always freeze. What can you always freeze? Carrots? I don't know. Oh, I think you were talking about the chicken, right? Because I said I might as well just cook it all. Yeah. We'll see. I think we can definitely demolish half of this. But if worse comes to worse, yeah, we would either freeze it or have it tomorrow at something else. A lot of times what I like to do, just some helpful tips in case you are a type of person that you're not good in the kitchen, or you're not great with coming up ideas on the spot when it comes to your food, and you find that you're constantly wasting food, and that could be an issue as well. I used to do that a lot too, especially with my produce. But now it's like my mind is, how do I repurpose? How do I preserve my food as long as possible? How can I use this again? And that way food is not going to waste. Therefore, money's not going through your pockets. But what I do a lot of times is, one, which I've already said, we have the same thing on a second day. So we had tacos yesterday. I made those homemade tortillas on the live, and then we ran out of the meat. So my husband just had some tacos. He ate the rest of the meat. So my kids and I have not had any tacos. So I was like, well, I could either cook up another thing of ground turkey, or I can do some chicken and still treat it as a taco. It'll be like a chicken taco, whatever. So I decided to get the chicken. Now, this is probably a pound, I think, give or take, of meat. So my kids don't eat a ton. I eat a good amount, maybe, I don't know, 5 ounces or so. So at least half of this is going to go. So what's going to happen with the rest is either A, I just freeze it like Nicole mentioned, and then think of how I can use it again in another taco some other time or put into another recipe. Or if it's not a lot of meat, like not a ton of meat, what I'll do is I will have it with my breakfast in the morning, whether it's on the side or I scramble it with my eggs. And that way I'm getting that extra boost of protein. The meat is being used up. And it's kind of been common practice for me now whenever there's leftover meat. Now, if it's like a ton of meat and I know it's not going to be used up in just one egg scramble, then yeah, I'll use it. I'll either freeze it or use it in some more other recipe. And there's so many different things out there that you can repurpose it in. If you have a lot of meat, then that can call for like a total another different meal, another recipe that you put it in. But if it's only a little bit of meat, then most of the time it's like I'm just figuring out how to put it into my meal. And breakfast has kind of been one of those meals that it's been easy to just throw it together, either on the side or within like an egg scramble, like I said, an omelet or whatever. If you're like making maybe a quiche, then you could throw it in that. Or if you're making a pizza, you could throw some of the extra meat on top of the pizza. So there's a lot of options there. But for me, it's always try to use all your stuff. Like, don't let food go to waste just because you don't know what to do with it. There's so many options, so many different ways that we can repurpose, recreate, and make sure that all our food is being put to use. So, which is why I love sharing these type of tips with the clients that are in Faithfully Nourished, because that is basically like the premise of that whole program, is that you are learning how to be confident in the kitchen and being able to sustain a healthy lifestyle for you and your family, and not have like those questions in your head that are never getting answered. And so I'm like there with them, answering all their questions, giving them the ideas, teaching them what to do, how to repurpose, how to meal prep, how to like just really be able to win in the kitchen for you and your family in the best healthy way. So anyways, I'm always talking about Faithfully Nourished. It's one of my favorite things I launched just recently last year, and it's growing. So if you're watching this on the replay or live and you're interested, just comment down below FN or send me a direct message. All right, all I need to do is season this meat. This meat is cooked. Like I said, I'm doing the veggies separate, and that's going to be it. And I see that I have been live for 18 minutes, so you know me. I love to be on just for 15 minutes so these lives can be digestible for anybody that are watching the replay. So with that, I'm going to say goodbye. Happy Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I hope you have a great, relaxing weekend. I'm hoping to have a relaxing weekend because I think this is the first Saturday that we don't have something going on that we have to go to, or someone's coming over our house or anything like that. And I'm down one kid because my mom took my daughter for overnight. So still have kids, but I guess it lessens the load a little bit. So so I'm hoping for a relaxing weekend, and I'm wishing a relaxing weekend for you as well. Again, if you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to reach out. I'm always open to any of that. And until next time, which is Monday, I'll see you then. Join me live for another In the Kitchen with Stephanie. Bye. Gotta end it on Facebook first.